Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about Thomas Jefferson as part of a requirement for discussion board number 3 from the class HIUS 512, The American Revolution, a course at Liberty University. Thomas Jefferson left a legacy from his impact on the American Revolution and then later from the United States of America. One of Jefferson's biggest successes is the Declaration of Independence. The Continental Congress appointed a committee of 5 men to draft a document stating independence from England and King George III. Jefferson, the youngest on the committee, was tasked with creating the document. He was not a man that was known for his public speaking, but he was a man known for his writing skills. One of the best vacations I've ever taken was when I got to visit Washington, D.C. and visit the National Archives Museum. I was so excited to get the opportunity to see the Declaration of Independence. I just thought it was amazing to see people of all ages waiting just like me to see this historical document. But Thomas Jefferson and his perspective on slavery is a topic that's very controversial. His perspective has been studied and analyzed by many academics. Jefferson would grow up on a plantation with slaves and would own them himself as an adult, even having an affair with Sally Hemings, one of his slaves, after the death of his wife. Early on, he would say that they were inferior to other races, but would later admit that being servants would limit their abilities. Jefferson was against slavery, but like many others in colonial times, relied on slavery as an aid to the economy as a source of labor for farming. Since I mentioned the Declaration of Independence earlier, Jefferson's early draft included opposition of the Atlantic slave trade, but the final version would not mention the topic. There's a book that I read from the American Colonial History class. The book is American Slavery, American Freedom by Edmund S. Morgan. This text documents the history of slavery in Virginia. The book is about the contradiction of liberty, that while a nation was growing and developing, this was happening while oppressing human beings, relying on them as a labor source. A quote from this book is, "The rise of liberty and equality in America had been accompanied by the rise of slavery. That two seemingly contradictory developments were taking place simultaneously over a long period of time, from the 17th century to the 19th century, is a central paradox of American history." I mentioned this text because I will be using it as part of my research for my paper at the end of this course. I'm doing my paper on the Declaration of Independence. So Jefferson would also be later known for the Louisiana Purchase, where the United States would acquire land that would allow for a westward expansion. He would be known for this much later than from the colonial times. When Jefferson died, he wanted his tombstone to reflect his accomplishments. So his tombstone actually states, "Here was buried Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of American Independence, of the Statute of Virginia for Religious Freedom, and father of the University of Virginia, born April 2nd, 1743, died July 4th, 1846. Thomas Jefferson is controversial and hypocritical in his thoughts on slavery. But he was a man that had many accomplishments that have left a lasting impact on our country. Thank you for your time.